K1.
Hi, good day to you. This is Paulson Tupil and this is my first video assignment for the TapMail Lead program. The business problem that I will be discussing is as follows. An Indian cafe chain called the Malgudi Coffee Day has been acquired by a new company, and the new management has decided to close down on a few underperforming stores and to start 50 new stores. So we basically have to come up with a strategy so that we can have we can do it in a profitable way. So initially I will let you know like why I chose this topic. It is because I felt an instant connection to the topic, because I've always enjoyed going to these kind of cafes with my friends during my school days, colleges, and presently too. So I felt I would enjoy working on this topic. And now coming to the interpretation of this business problem, my interpretation of this business problem. I understand that Malgudi Coffee Day is a strong chain within India, and they are having presence throughout India with multiple stores. Some of their stores are underperforming or not profitable, and some of their stores are performing good or profitable. So the new company that has acquired, I feel that their strategy is to actually close down a certain number of underperforming stores and to start new about 50 stores. So they want to increase the presence of Malgudi Coffee Day and also to cut down on the losses. So I feel that we need to analyze there are two tasks here: closing down of the underperforming stores and starting the new stores. So we need to analyze it properly so that we can come out with a proper strategy. Initially I would like to, what I will do is that try to analyze the underperforming stores. So the questions that I will be asking, or the questions that I need data on, is one, the location of all these stores, and the comparison between the locations of performing and underperforming stores, where they are located. Is it urban areas, or is it semi-rural areas, or semi-urban areas, metro cities? So where we are having more of the performing ones, and where is the density of more of the underperforming ones. So this will basically help us to decide the location for the new 50 stores. And the second point I will be looking for is the size of the different stores. So it's not always bigger stores are performing more or are profitable or have more customers. So we can categorize it maybe from 500 square feet to 1000 square feet, 2000 to 3000 square feet, like that. So we understand what the customers have accepted, what they feel is an ideal ambience or size of our shops would be. So this can help us in setting up the new stores. The next point will be the customer traffic in these individual stores, and we will find that I think the surprising data will be there, where we find that even with stores with a higher customer traffic are not profitable. So this can be due to other factors, maybe of some other expenses, like maybe rental expense or some other factors that are different from the performing ones. So we need to analyze this properly so that we don't repeat these mistakes in the new stores we are opening, or also we can improve on our existing stores. The next thing that we'll be trying to get data on is the presence of competitions within these existing stores. Is this presence affecting us in a positive way or in a negative way? Because sometimes presence of competitors can actually be advantageous to us. This brings more customers to that particular area, and that way we can also compete with our customers. That way we are having a better chance, better visibility to our customers. So we need to just check it whether the underperforming stores and with the performing stores, how this has affected us. And next what I would require is the data of customer feedback on the different staff, on the staff, on the different which is their favorite dishes, and on the general ambience on the different stores. So we can compare it amongst the performing one and underperforming ones to get the optimum or the best out of it, so that we can replicate the same on our new stores. Now I would like to discuss more on the execution strategy for launching these new 50 stores. What should be our strategy on launching these stores? First thing is location. So we have already taken the data on our existing stores, and from this data I feel that we can come to a conclusion on which is our best market. Is it the urban cities, or is it the metro cities, semi-urban? So we can decide on that, and we need to focus more on that initially, and in the future course we can actually get into the ways how we can improve for other regions. Next will be presence of competition. Is presence of competition advantages or disadvantages to us? And from the result of this we can decide on a particular location. Again, this is again a sub point of location where our should be. And closeness to existing store. So we have already decided to close down some stores. And if it's a problem with the locality, if that store is underperforming because of that particular locality, if you are moving into a close by area, the advantage we will have is that we can actually relocate the existing staff, so that helps us actually in bringing down the cost of hiring new staff. Also it helps us to retain our trained staff. The next point is size, which will be the optimum size from the data what we have already studied, which will be the optimum size for the new stores. And the next is replicating the customer favorites. We have already taken data of what are the different customer feedbacks. I think we need to replicate that. If there is a problem with staff performance, then we need to train them properly, so that more customers will be satisfied with our performance. That again increasing the customer traffic. Then next will be limiting the contracts, like limiting the time frame. Like we need to decide on a time frame for a general break even time. So at what time a particular store can achieve a break even, or we need to keep some limits on that, limits on it, so that we can work on it. Example is that we need to limit all our contracts and the rental contracts or supplier contracts to a particular time, so we can study whether this store can be profitable or not. If it is not, so we can have an easy exit, so that we can I think that will help us on further expanding also. So I feel that this will be a good strategy for the company to follow for their expansion plans, and also improving on their existing stores. Thank you.